Hey guys, my name is Morgan, and today we're going to be going over 5 tips to help promote your business online. The reason we're making this video is because it's exactly what we're doing right now. We're trying to promote our business online. So we're hoping that by making this video and sharing some of these tips that we're learning about and that we're trying to implement, we'll be able to kind of share them with you and also kind of show you guys what we're doing and where we're coming from. And hopefully you guys will learn and get something great out of it too. And we hope to be doing a lot of these in the coming weeks, kind of videos sharing these things that we're learning as we start our business. And hopefully we'll be able to teach you some of the, you guys can kind of learn from our mistakes, hopefully. So anyways, without further ado, here is 5 tips to promoting your business online. So the first tip is to provide a free service of actual value to your potential customers. Now that's the trick there, is that it has to be of actual value. It has to be something useful to them. It should be directly related to your product, not just like a free random giveaway. It's something directly relatable to whatever you're selling, whether it be a product or a service. This is really beneficial both to you and to your customers because it lets them test you out before they invest in your service or your product. They can kind of see what it's like, how nice it is to do business with you or use your product or whatever it is. It makes them trust you. You seem trustworthy if you're willing to give out whatever you're trying to sell. It shows that you have confidence in whatever you're trying to sell, whether it be your product or your service. So it makes you look confident and trustworthy, and it lets them test you out before they go investing in your service or product. The second tip is to keep a playlist of how-to videos on your branded YouTube page. Now, a how-to video like the one that you're watching, the one that I'm making right now, is a great example of a free service. A lot of companies, especially internet-based companies nowadays, are doing these free how-to videos that show you how to do something yourself. But then if you decide you want a professional if you want to go with a professional service or product or whatever, then you have that resource available to you. You're now aware of them because they showed you, you found that how-to video from them. So it's good to keep a place of how-to videos related to your service or your product, how to use your product or why your service is beneficial, or maybe how to do a part of your service on their own. You'll find that most of the studies that I've seen have said that kind of counterintuitively, you'll actually gain more customers, more website traffic or whatever by doing this. Just showing them how to do the service that you provide and giving them some tips and tricks on it is actually not going to drive them away from you. It's going to make them want to come to you more, and that seems a little counterintuitive, but most of the studies I've seen really say that's extremely beneficial to companies. And the reason is because this makes you feel more like a friendly resource, someone that they can go to learn from when they need to. And then if something is ever beyond their learning capacities, that's where you as a professional come in, and it will drive a lot more, not only traffic to your YouTube page or your website or whatever, but it will make you seem more trustworthy, less like a greasy car salesman and more like a friendly, reliable resource. The third tip is to highlight parts of that how-to video or that free service or product or whatever it is. Highlight a part of it or an aspect of it and post about it, a little snippet of it every day on social media, on your Facebook, your company's Facebook page, your company's Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And you should have all these social media accounts, especially startups nowadays. It's really essential that you have social media and social networking accounts in place, because that's where everyone gets all their information nowadays. So I've got this statistic from Statista.com that says 78% of the US population has a social network profile. Social media is easily the best way to reach a massive audience nowadays at very, very low cost, if not free. It's usually free. And these kind of regular updates are a great way to just get your brand, get your product, your service into people's minds. They get on Facebook. Most people get on Facebook every day or every other day, and if you have a post every day, they're gonna see you fairly regularly. They're gonna know who you are, and you're always gonna be in the back of their mind somewhere. So if you are highlighting parts of your free, product or service or your how-to video, this is going to be something useful to them that they are seeing and being reminded of every day in a, hopefully, if you're doing it right, a useful and friendly, manner. So step 4 after that, so you post to your social media, social network, whether it be YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, post a little snippet or a little highlight from it on there every day. So step 4, after you've posted these things on your social media sites, or really before you've posted them, you need to make sure that all of your social media sites are match in terms of their branding and their look and feel. You want them to be consistent and match your company's website. Branding is something that a lot of startups maybe don't think about, but what your branding is kind of your visual identity. It's your promise to the customer, so that when they go to your website or your page, they already have this sense and feel of what kind of company you are, what you do, what your values are. And this is beneficial for a lot of reasons, especially if it's universal and it matches all of your, your social media pages and your website and your business cards. One, it makes you look, first of all, very competent and efficient and professional, which is always a plus. But on top of that, it makes customers trust you and your message more because it's obviously consistent and well organized, and there's this, an emotional kind of qualitative side to it that is really alluring and trustworthy. And more than that, it creates this kind of identity that customers are more willing to buy into and be loyal to. It's something that they can identify with. So creating your brand is another whole topic that you could make a separate video about. I mean, there are plenty of videos on how to create a brand, and we'll hopefully dive into that someday too. But for now, when you're promoting your business, make sure that your social media outlets that you are posting all your little tips and tricks to, that they are consistent, that your branding is consistent. We're actually in the middle of updating all of our branding right now, and trying to get to that point. We've been fairly consistent in the past, but we are trying to update it and make it new and make it more reflective of what we stand for and what we do. So that's why maybe the logo you see on my desktop there is a little different than the logo currently on the Facebook page, but we will be jumping into that and explaining that very soon, and you'll start seeing these changes. So that's a big part of it, something that we are implementing right now as well. Okay, so the 5th step, after that, making sure all your social media is branded and you're posting these snippets of your free service or your how-to video to these social media sites every day, is to make sure that your posts on your social media profiles and your pages themselves, the profile itself, links back to your company website. Because the point of all of these posts and all of this marketing is to get people to go to your website and hopefully buy or invest in your product or your service. So everything you post on social media should have a link back to your website, preferably the page where they